Hello learners. In this session we are going to learn about process description, process state, and resource abstraction. Let's begin with process description. A process description is a set of information that describes the characteristics of a process in terms that will enable its effective installation, commissioning, operation, control, and maintenance. Often, the content of a process description is not much more than a flowchart, and this can be adequate in certain circumstances where much of the other information is consolidated in department and divisional plans or manuals. However, problems may arise if a process must be moved and set up elsewhere. It is then that difficulties arise as people know the process works but don't know why. Process state. The diagram represents the various states of a process. A process goes through a series of discrete process states for performing its task. A process executes and it changes state. The state of a process is defined by the current activity of that process. Thus, a process state is indicative of the activity that it is currently performing. Now let's see resource abstraction. First is creation of software to simplify operations on hardware. Then it hides the details of hardware operations which are needed to control it. Third is other software can use the abstraction without knowing the details of how the hardware is managed. For example, device driver. Now let's learn about Linux. Linux is a multi-programmed operating system where CPU is time multiplexed and memory is space multiplexed, which is divided into blocks called memory partitions. In Linux, abstractions are into processes. A process is an abstraction of the CPU operation that executes an object program placed in the RAM. And